Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon 3D while I select my emulator so that I can actually move around. I added some things to the team, with some things, one thing, that being Portobello, the Breloom, and I did a couple of TM things. So let's go over the team real quickly before we go through Chargestone Cave, which is the goal for today. We have Mewtwo with Acreus or Seeing, Bug Bite and Slash Steel. Nothing has changed on Wall either. Helena hasn't changed either. Back hasn't changed either. Portobello has a lead sheet, Mega Drain, Sky, Uppercut, and Mark Punch, and Bacon. I got rid of Heat Crash, even though we just evolved into a more heavy Amboar, because it's not a very reliable thing. I never know what it's going to do damage-wise. Flame Charge, more reliable, gives you the speed stat boost, and now I have a bit of coverage with a Ground-type move on Bacon. So that is the main idea behind that. Ant's Pokemon today should be at highest levels, level 32. So we are very well prepared to take on Ant. And it seems like Breloom wasn't a very, would you say, rare encounter. So all we got insanely lucky and got 2 in a row. So Chargestone Cave. Isn't this where we get the experience boosting item? I think it is. What is it? It's not the Oval Stone. It's the Smooth? It's not the Smooth Stone either. It's the something stone. I don't remember what kind of stone it was, but it's a stone that gives the holder more lucky egg. That's what it is. Looks like a stone. It's not. Increase the experience. So if we were to do something like manual grinding, which I haven't done in a while because I've been trying to like build up these videos a little bit, as I think talked about in the last episode or the episode before that. I'm trying to increase my buffer from 1 week to 2 weeks, which is probably the largest that I'm comfortable with going 2 week buffer, especially since I have like memberships now, which $10 membership has a listing in the outro of the video. So I don't want to have like people subscribe to the membership or join as a member and then have to wait a month for videos to actually start showing up their names. Even though it also means that if they were to cancel the membership, the videos would still contain their names for another month. So realistically speaking, they're not losing out on anything. It just feels kind of shitty if it takes like a month for that perk to come through. So I'd rather not do that. But on the other hand, the other week when we had a heat wave and I was unable to record as much, I recorded some videos literally hours before they had to go up because I just didn't have any time where I could realistically shut like all my doors and windows and stuff like that to record. Because I can't really record with like an open window because that's going to... Okay, trainer battle. That's going to make a lot of noise and I'd rather not have that. And also like people hearing me yell into a microphone outside is a little bit awkward. So I'd rather not do that. So in case something like that ever happens again, having a 2 week buffer is a little bit easier to deal with. Because by the time like after a week of heatwave, that buffer will have gone down to just a week. And then after the heatwave is gone, like it is now, let's switch out. I can then go back to... Let's go into back. I come back to doing a little bit more recording to get the buffer back up, right? So it gives me a little bit more wiggle room. And I've talked about this before. It's, well, fuck. It's kind of the same as having like no money at all is a real issue. But if you have, even if you have a little bit of money, you get a little bit more wiggle room. Same with like uploads. If I have a week more uploads already scheduled, I have a bit more wiggle room and it's easier to also like record a couple of episodes in a row. It's easier to do spotlights, which I can't do that much in advance and I need to heal the fuck up. So yeah, we'll be doing that. I'm actually recording these, don't do that. I'm actually recording these, at least this episode, potentially the next as well, on the same day as the last 2 episodes. I'm recording 3 or 4 episodes today, just because I want to get ahead of it. And I also kind of still want to do some Bird Sleep grinding today, but it's getting late slowly but surely. I mean, it's not very late, you can see how late it is. It's 8:30 PM, but after I'm done recording this and the next episode, I'll probably have like an hour or two to do some grinding if I really want to. And then I can do like 2, 3, 4 episodes of Birth by Sleep tomorrow, because once I've done the grinding in Birth by Sleep, I'll have all the like abilities and stuff I need for the rest of the game, theoretically speaking. So I can just, in theory, record the entire thing in one recording session, because I'll have extra levels as well, which will help. But that's Kingdom Hearts talk. I don't really need Kingdom Hearts talk. I'm not going to give you Lucky Actual. Yeah, I am actually. I'm going to give it to Mozart, because Mozart is not that good. Gonna be honest with you. And having a little bit of extra experience gain doesn't hurt. So let's heal up back, because he desperately needs it. And I think if we live, and we will, probably, through this episode and the next, we'll have made it into the part of the game where we didn't make it last time, which is the 6th gym. I was going to say into a part of the game where we've never been before on screen. That's not true. My original Pokemon Black randomizer Nuzlocke, I did. Made it all the way to the Elite Four. I think I lost against Anne after the Elite Four, though I'm not entirely sure where I lost. I remember being at the Elite Four in that one, so surely we must be able to make it to the Elite Four. I also took a look at the documents supplied with this ROM, and so many encounters. And I realized something, because the final Gatsis fight goes up to level 57 in this, which means that, okay, sure, I'm probably going to be about level 60. Wait, what? Okay. I'm probably going to be about level 60 because it's going to be more difficult, and we've seen last time around how much more difficult the Elite Four actually becomes. It annihilated like 3 of my teams, and even in Hoenn, it did a lot of damage against my teams and my box. I don't have the backup anymore to have something like that happen. So, I'm probably going to overlevel a little bit to like level 60-ish, but if I level up to level 60 to face Gatsis, the Elite Four itself is going to be, I don't want to say easy, but easier. And that's ignoring the fact that we actually have to do the Elite Four twice, because we also have to do the 2nd tier Elite Four with Alder, which I will be looking into whether or not that's... I think in the ROM we're playing right now, it's not been made more difficult because Dominic didn't realize that that was part of the plan, doing that one again, because it's technically part of the post game. And technically, because it's part of the post game, I could go get Toxic if I still have War around that time and just annihilate everything. Very slowly, but I'll annihilate them. So there might be a chance of either me forgetting to talk to Dominic about this, or me deciding like, if we do this in a difficult way, I'm gonna lose, so let's not do that. Where the 2nd run through of Elite Four won't be made particularly more difficult. I don't know about that yet. We'll see when we come to that. First, let's actually try to get there, because we still have to make it through 3 gyms. And I think we don't have any more significant Team Plasma events after this, until obviously the Elite Four thing. But I think we don't have any more significant Team Plasma. So we just go through like the next 3 gyms, which are Flying, Ice and Dragon respectively, usually I think. Obviously, they're randomized, so they're not going to be any of those types. Or not monotype anyway, they're probably going to have those types. This is not the end fight yet, is it? You just brought me to the other side of the to the other side of the bridge, I should say. That's very kind of you, but I'm not an old lady, so you didn't really have to do that. One thing I need to make sure to remember, there is a healer NPC. You need to battle the healer NPC before they'll actually heal you. I didn't do that last time, I don't think. Or maybe that was in the Pokemon X randomizer Nuzlocke where I didn't do that. That was a huge mistake, not doing that. So I'm going to do that this time around. If I can find them, that is. Judgestone Cave. Hello, Beartic. I think I've had like 3 opportunities to catch you so far, and none of them have worked. Where did I get the other opportunity to get Beartic? Okay, that's the healer. I need to fight the healer just because I don't want to have to walk back all the way to the Pokemon Center every single time I have to heal. I don't want to have to waste potions because that costs money. and money is better spent on Pokeballs and potions for inside gyms and such. So I should have gotten Repels. This is so annoying. There's so many Pokemon in here. What is the encounter rate in here? It's a little bit like, I think every 3 or 4 steps I've got an encounter so far, on average. So just give me a good encounter. Burmy. I don't even know why I wanted it to be a good encounter, because I can't catch it anyway. So let's just run away. I was hoping for something interesting. Maybe a shiny. Anyway, we have to beat you. So if you kill any of my Pokemon, I'm going to be upset, because I'm battling you so that my Pokemon do not die. You only have 1 Pokemon, which is a Glameow. That is fantastic. And it's only level 29. That is even more fantastic. You are going to get annihilated. My strength just got like cut in half, admittedly, but look at that. Even with a lower, that is a strength. I mean attack. What? I two-shot you. And I think Charm sharply decreases your attack, right? Or does it just do about 1 stage? I don't know if it does 1 or 2 stages, but it does some. Yeah, these are Team Plasma. That makes sense actually. I don't know what that item is over there. There still is a chance that somewhere along the lines in Chargestone Cave we can find a magnet, which would be nice. It's probably like very out of it. A timer ball, that is very not useful, because I am strongly considering enabling legendary claws for this series, because I've been running into so many of them, all of which I can't catch. The issue with legendary claws is, if you know there's a legendary somewhere, you can just keep running around until you catch it, which doesn't seem very fair. You can obviously say the first legendary encounter in a route is just like able to be used as a second encounter for that route, which is a halfway decent way of doing it. I don't think I'm going to do that unless I literally lose everything I have, almost. So if I'm down to like 6 Pokemon, I'll probably allow myself to like do some legendary claw bullshit, because I've been really enjoying the Pokemon through the years series so far, and I'd be very sad if it ended, because I still don't have any ID. Well, I have an ID actually. I have an ID for a custom ROM hack I would like to do after through the years. I just don't know if I will do specifically that, because depending on how long through the years takes, I might have like other IDs by then, and it won't be something that takes particularly long. It's not like an entire overhaul thing. It's just like change up a few sprites maybe. I'll have to look into how to do that, and mostly just change up the teams to match what my ID is. It's not going to be a particularly... Maybe it is actually, I don't know. I don't want to spoil what it is in case I don't do it, but it's probably not going to be a particularly like popular or like findable series or anything. Not that this is, to be fair. I mean, nobody, even if anybody subscribes to my channel at this point, they're not going to start watching the series at episode like 107, I think this is. So at this point, anybody that's watching this has been in it here for the long haul. You've been here for a while. So it's definitely not going to be that long of a series, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's just first focus on trying to see how far we get in through the years, because I'm not entirely confident anymore that we'll finish Gen 7. I am like a little better than 50-50. I'm like 70-30 in favor of we'll probably win this generation. And then I'm like 40-60 that will also win Gen 6. Unless we get like very good Pokemon in the second half of this generation, obviously. Because if we do, we those odds will change. But with the Pokemon we have right now, I'm like, again, 70-30 that will win this, and about like 40-60 that will win the next one. Obviously, that doesn't take into account any potentiality for like the, I don't know, like 10 more encounters we have in this generation at the very least. And the dozens of encounters we'll actually get in Pokemon X. But, so that's probably going to be like at least up to 50-50 or like 60-40 odds in my favor. But then, I don't know, Gen 7? I've never done a Nuzlocke with Gen 7. And I know that the Totem Pokemon are really tricky to do because they are like singular Pokemon that function as bosses. And I think I'm doing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so I also have to take out Ultra Necrozma. So that might be a run-ender right there. The issue with single Pokemon bosses, like the Totem Pokemon or Ultra Necrozma, is that you either murder them or they murder you. There's not much wiggle room. And hello, there's not a Landorus. There's not much wiggle room in those kinds of fights, because the best way to take care of Ultra Necrozma is just to Axis or the shit out of it. Or Toxic, and then just like throw out a Shuckle or whatever, right? Whereas if you have a 6v6 gym fight, there's a little bit more strategy involved. So I don't particularly love the... I like the idea of Pokemon doing a more traditional, like, JRPG kind of boss fight, but they're just not particularly well executed. Also, I wanted to switch out, but I guess we're not switching out. It's just a Shinx, so I'm guessing Accessor will not even kill. Okay, gonna be honest with you, I'm surprised about that. But so far, none of these guys or girls have a Heatran or a Registeel, so I'm still happy. I'm still happy. Potentially, I'm gonna jinx myself. Somebody's gonna have a Heatran, somebody's gonna have a Registeel, somebody's gonna have a goddamn Groudon, somebody's gonna have a Rayquaza. Rayquaza has showed up a lot, but hasn't really given me much trouble. I think, right? Groudon, on the other hand, oh my god, I shouldn't be talking about Groudon. I shouldn't be talking about it, because I'm gonna jinx myself, you're gonna have Groudon. See, Hitmontop. Pretty much a Groudon, really. If you just like rearrange the ladders and remove some ladders and add some, it spells Groudon. And if you then make it red and like put it upside down and like deform it a little bit, it's a Groudon. I mean, can't you see? You must be blind if you can't see that this is a Groudon. Maybe recording like 5 episodes or 4 episodes in a day is either the best idea I've ever had because I feel like I'm making no sense, or the worst idea I've ever had because I feel like I'm making no sense. Does that make any sense? That's Pursuit, isn't it? that is pathetic. So, the level difference between like the normal trainers and the wild Pokemon and the story fights at this point are pretty far apart. And as a result of that, I'm pretty much just steamrolling everything that isn't a story-based fight. Which means that I get experience, and I'm kind of okay with that, honestly. And I like how colourful Bacon's move pool is. You've got 4 different types of moves, which is usually exactly what you want, really. See, we can pull those now, and that'll take out the Greymon. There you go. Don't even need to go back for healing, do I? I don't think I do. I don't even need to go back for healing. I will after the next fight, probably. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 more fights after that. I'll definitely go back before fighting N, which I'm going to be careful about because I don't exactly know when I'm going to be fighting N. That's 2 more. It's not a Groudon. It's got the same colours. Well, one of the same colours. One related colour. It's not the same colour of red, but you're a Psychic type, actually, so this probably should be fine? That is disappointing. That is really, really disappointing. And that is also disappointing in a very, very different way. A way I 1000% approve of, because you use Safeguard, now Water Sport. And now your legendary Pokemon is dead. I love it. Frickin' love it. Next up is Metagross though, so that Water Sport actually ends up being somewhat useful, right? I can bulldoze it. I think Metagross doesn't have levitate, right? It doesn't look like it would have levitate. It's not stab, but it'll be not dampened by the water sport, so I guess that's a thing. And that is resist. I don't know why enemies insist on using resisted move against them. I honestly do not understand it. I don't mind it. Bacon is getting a shit ton of experience. It's going to be level 40 before we get to the next gym. Yeah, I don't even think I necessarily need to... So I think if I go down here, that might lead me to like a TM. How much time do we have? Okay, so we don't have a huge amount of time in this episode left. So let's speed through this because I do want to get to the end fight today. Swadloon, I should be able to just scissor you into next week. And then we'll take care of you next week. Yeah, that was anticlimactic. Very anticlimactic. I approve. So Mewtwo is getting up in the levels a little bit. I really need an XP here because Wall is... It's not a Pokemon that you really like put up front to use. It's only a Pokemon that you put up, well, to wall other things, really. So I'm going to try not to fight any of these trainers if at all possible, but I do think that there's a pretty like useful item around here somewhere. I just don't know where and what it is. A Hyper Potion could be classified as a somewhat useful item. It's not the one I was looking for, though. I think the Magnet is down here somewhere. Or Thunderbolt, one or the other. And both of those items, the Magnet I don't care about right now as much. I'm sorry, what? I'm 10 levels higher and you wouldn't let me run away. What is that? Okay, if you want to die... have it your way. I didn't want to kill you, but apparently you want to die real bad. It's not up to me at this point. Really isn't. Do we have anything else on the level 36? Because we're being... Portobello, I guess, which is going to keep holding... I'm going to take the item away from Mozart. I'm going to give it to Wall, just in case, like... If I throw Wool out on the field, it'll get some extra experience. It's probably going to keep the Lucky Egg for like ever. But Portobello could definitely do with a little bit more experience. Well, not necessarily experience, but just like it's the lowest level thing I have on the team other than Wool. And Wool obviously isn't going to be used in battle itself. So I don't know what I'm looking for. This has to be the item. It's a rare candy. It's just a rare candy. I mean, rare candies are nice, but not if you do off-screen grinding after every, like, 2 or so episodes. Because at that point, levels aren't as valuable, because you can just decide what level you are. And whether you do that by investing... thank you. Whether you do that by investing a lot of time and manual grinding, or by... Could you please look the other way? I really prefer not to fight you. Please, thank you. Or by poke-hacking, like I've been doing. It doesn't matter that much, but you just decide, okay, let's grind a little bit. And I guess you can use a rare candy. If you do manual grinding, it'll help you, like, skip a level. But in the whole scheme of things, especially for a nuzlocke, it's not that big of a deal. I feel like rare candies are only useful when you use them for a cheating way. If you just like have 1 or 2 rare candies, nobody's really gonna care. If you have 20, well, that shit is good. I might be alone in that. As a kid, obviously, I used to think that rare candies were shit. Well, now I actually realize they're kind of shit. Oh, also, I don't know if I've told you, but Portobello is holding the Miracle Seed, because obviously it's a grass type. At level 41, it will learn Seed Bomb, by the way, and I'm looking very much forward to that, because that's a physical attack, rather than a special one, and obviously this is a special attacker. Let's Sky Uppercut this baby. Uppercutting a baby is my favourite thing to do. Vlogger Games 2020. Murkrow. Do we have anything to take care of Murkrow easily? Again, a electric type would be fantastic right about now. A rock type also would have worked, I guess. But I can Sky Uppercut you and probably also just instant kill you, right? Yeah. I think the end fight is right after this staircase. So I'm going to go back and heal up. Probably get into 50 million wild Pokemon battles because that's just what we do around here, is wild Pokemon battles. We're 25 minutes in. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a lengthy episode because we still have the entire end fight ahead of us. Next episode is going to be a very catch-heavy episode, I think. And then the episode after that is going to be the next gym, but I think next episode there shouldn't be any major fights. I don't think we fight Anne again. I don't think we fight Sharon until after the next gym, or even until after the 8th gym at this point. I feel like there's one after the 6th gym and then one after the 8th gym where we fight Sharon, but I think this is the last end fight until the final fight after the Elite Four. So, that's a good thing. I don't know when Bianca will show up again, but Bianca's been fairly easy, like, to deal with so far. Even though she's been made more difficult as, like, a proper rival. I guess a randomizer's just been fucking up and giving Sharon all the good shit. Which I don't mind at all. Anyway. Let's have a little bit of mental focus here going into to this fight, because Landorus, more Landorus, would be great for grinding if you were in the flying type, that is. Just gonna be sitting here, waiting for me to. I'm gonna die. Things are gonna die. I just know it. Okay, here we go. This is the fight against Anne. You're gonna be trouble. I can feel it. Every like atom in my body is telling me. Oh dear. Okay, maybe you're not gonna be an issue. But your first Pokemon level 32 is everything in your team 32? Because if that's the case, I'm very happy that I'm over leveled. Sky Uppercut it and die? Okay, that's the first Pokemon. Not a problem so far. Let's keep that up. Camerupts. We can take care of Camerupt easily as well with Bulldoze. Okay, so you're telling me so far, maybe it's less of an issue than I thought because my team is actually starting to be somewhat balanced. Again, I could use a Rock or Electric type, at least a Rock or Electric type move. Does that increase physical defense as well? Nope, so Bulldoze will take out the Camerupt at this point. And then next up is a Swampert, so we can go back into Portobello and have a Stab Miracle Seed boosted Mega Drain, which I prefer a Giga Drain or Seed Bomb, obviously, but this should deal significant damage, even not just one shot straight. Okay, so 2 shots, which is kind of fine, I guess, because we'll get our HP back here anyway. Most of it anyway. Yeah, so we're back to 77 HP. Next up is Ledian. Back into bacon we go! I swear to you, I either absolutely stomp these fights or they absolutely stomp me. There's almost no middle ground here. I mean, I am over-leveled, granted, and I'm probably just gonna do no grinding between right now, or grinding, Pokeaxing, let's be honest, between now and the gym fight, because we also have to do like the Dragon Spiral Tower thing next episode, and there's an entire route between that as well. So, Bastia then. I guess I'll stay in and Bulldoze? But Bacon is already like at the level of Skylar's Ace, I think. I think Skylar's Ace has been raised to level 37. So maybe I'll do a little bit of leveling, at least for Wall, because Wall's not gonna like get any experience otherwise. And I'm starting to think that maybe... You see, the thing is, Wall is kind of like a backup. If nothing on my team can take care of it, Wall can just like wall it, right? But I need a combination strategy for that. Because just having something that can't die... I mean, it has Wrap, and I'm never going to get rid of a Wrap on it, because that is my entire strategy with it. I don't know. I feel like if I get the right Pokemon encounter next episode, and I catch it, I could be persuaded to get rid of Wool. And that could be a mistake. I'll admit that readily. That could be a huge, huge mistake. But it hasn't been doing much lately, even though it's done some good stuff. Lately, it's just been sitting back a little bit, and I do feel a... Okay, that was way too easy. I do feel a significant, like, spots in the team that needs to be filled up offensively. And I think we have a decent enough defense. A lot of the Pokemon we have are somewhat glass cannon-y. No, that's not really true. That's not really true, actually. Let me just skip through this dialogue and check the team before I end the episode to like back up that claim or absolutely annihilate my own claim. Let's see. How is our team? I mean, obviously you're the opposite of the glass cannon. You're like a steel wall. Well then, like Helena has a little glass cannon-y, and Mozart is a bug, and as such, pretty frail. It has a lot of HP, but its defense is not that good, I don't think. Let's look at it. Yeah, its defenses leave something to be desired. Just generally speaking, not a great Pokemon stats-wise. And Helena has a little bit of low HP stats, and obviously Wool has low HP, but has stupid defenses. And then Bacon is the most bulky thing we have. So maybe having a little bit of a defensive Pokemon on the team doesn't hurt? I don't know. Again, it'll all depend on the captures we get next episode. But for right now, we are here in... I'm not going to try to pronounce that city. Next episode will be moving on, capturing some more Pokemon, and just generally doing fun stuff, I guess. Until then, I'm a vlogger. You have been awesome. As always, bye.